email and send pictures to your family, it's nice to have a refresh and something that's going to serve you well and know that you're getting a really, really fantastic product. This comes to us from HP, which is the #1 brand of laptops. For years and years, we've trusted them with our computers and with our laptops. Today, you have a choice of a 15-inch touch Intel Core with 8 GB of RAM, and you're also getting a lot of different software in this. Now, you have 2 choices today, and that's why you're going to see the different prices on your screen. One of the computers will come without Microsoft Office, and one will come with Microsoft Office. So that's going to be your big deciding factor. And then in addition to that, your color choice as well. So let me show you the colors that we have here. This one is the silver. And we'll show you the other colors that we have available on .com. We also have a gold available. And then we actually have a blue that I believe is on waitlist. Okay, but I have a note that it's on waitlist. Is blue on waitlist? We're going to find out for you. We don't have the color to show you on .com, but let's dive into the features, because that's going to be the most important part of your computer, is what's on the inside of this computer. And don't worry, this one has all the bells and whistles. And are you going to get faster internet on this one? It is quite a possibility. Alex Abrahante is here to tell us more about it. He is our tech expert. He's been representing HP for a long time. It's great to see your smile, Alex. How you doing?
Oh, it's always great to see you, Elise. I'm doing great. Thanks so much.
So I'm excited to know more about this. First of all, love the big screen, the 15-inch. Love the option here that we have of Microsoft Office or not. I highly recommend getting it as someone that uses that every single day. But can we dive into this computer as a whole with some features?
Absolutely. And this is the perfect computer for the day and age that we live in, because it has cutting-edge technology. It's not technology that's outdated. This is the latest 11th gen processor. As a matter of fact, let me show you some of the features. I'll walk you through everything so you can see, because this computer truly does have all of the bells and whistles. It starts off with that beautiful 15-inch touchscreen, narrow bezel display. You've got the latest Intel Core i3 processor, the largest solid-state drive that I personally ever presented on air. We'll talk about that. Here is what the processor is. It really is the brain or the engine inside of your computer. This is what gives you the power, performance to play, to game, to stream, to get work done, to do all of the things that you do on a regular basis. You get 8 GB of RAM. That's what allows you to multitask, so you can open up programs with no stutter, with no lag, with no frustration. And then you couple that in with the solid state drive, which I like to say is the secret sauce that really kind of turbo boosts your computing experience. It's up to 15 times faster than a traditional hard drive. There are no moving parts, which means it's not going to get hot. The computer is lighter, and you get better battery life because of it. And you've got a lot of storage in here. 512 is a lot. You also have all the ports that you want and need. We'll take you on a physical tour here in just a moment so that you can see. But you mentioned that this has faster internet due to Wi-Fi 6. It also just weighs a little under 4 pounds. It's so lightweight and portable. I just traveled with this today, and I cannot tell you how amazingly light this computer is. It's fantastic. You also have great stereo speakers in addition to a great, beautiful high-definition display. And as I mentioned, you've got the Wi-Fi 6. You also have fast charge, which is fantastic, because if you're running low on battery, you can plug your computer in and in 45 minutes get half of your battery life back. And talk about battery life. How about battery life up to 11 hours? Is that not insane to think about, the fact that we can get up to 11 hours now on a laptop that's this powerful? Well, now you can.
Well, and especially for one that's that light, right? Because
Right.
a lot of times you would think, okay, it must have a heavy battery in there if it's going to last 11 hours. That's not the case. Now, you mentioned that tour. I'd love to take that tour if we can.
Let's do it. So this is one of our newer body styles. So it's slim, it's modern. You've got a full keyboard there. We'll start on the ports right over there, if you don't mind, on the right-hand side. So on the very top, you're going to see that you have an HDMI out. This is wonderful, especially if you're working from home, if you're using this as a computer to go to school with. What you can do is you can connect an HDMI cord and extend your display of the computer onto another monitor, or maybe even a big screen TV. You've got the port of the future, is what I love to call it. It is a USB-C port. This port transfers information significantly faster than the traditional USB ports, which we have on the other side. What you could do with this port is you can charge devices, you can add dongles. So if you want to add, let's say, an external hard drive, an optical drive, it gives you options. You're going to see this. You're probably already seeing this port everywhere. This, like I said, is the port of the future, and you got it in your computer. On down the road here, you're going to see that we have more ports. You've got a headphone and microphone jack. This is wonderful. So if you're taking your Skype, your Zoom calls, your Teams meetings, you could plug in and hardwire your headphones. This also has Bluetooth. So if you purchase Bluetooth headphones from QVC, they'll work with this computer as well. You've got an SD card reader. I love this because if you take a lot of pictures like I do, you can take out the picture from your memory card, put it in there, and then transfer your files back and forth. You can even use this port, at least, to expand the internal storage of your computer. SD cards are so inexpensive. You can pick them up anywhere, you put it in there, and you can start transferring and saving files on it. But that's not all. Let's turn it on over to the other side so you can see the rest of the ports that you've got. You've got your power input at the very top there. And then you've got 2 USB ports, and these are super speed USB ports. They're 10 times faster than a traditional USB. This is great because it's going to allow you to transfer files and documents over in a matter of seconds as opposed to a matter of minutes. Now let's take a look at the keyboard here because it is a full keyboard here with a numeric keypad, which is wonderful. You've got the speaker grill right at the very top. That's going to give you that high definition audio. And then right where the little Intel Core i3 badge is, you're going to notice a little square. That's a fingerprint reader. So this computer gives you the security and the privacy of knowing that you can actually log into your computer just by inputting your finger right there, touching the fingerprint reader, and the computer turns on. Once you turn the computer on, it logs you in, I should say. So you just set your fingerprint up. It takes a couple seconds to do, and then very securely, if you don't want to use a password, you can use your finger to start your computer. It is fantastic, and it works lightning fast.
Okay, this is probably like the most non-technical comment of the entire computer that I love so much. I love the bottom. I know that's crazy, but there's this little ridge right here, so I'm not sliding around when I'm working on my desk. I mean, that's actually quite brilliant.
It is. And as I mentioned, this is one of our newer body styles. And one of the things I want to make sure to mention too is in addition to all the amazing specs that you get on the outside, in addition to the fact that this is light, that this is powerful, you've got the power of touch. So you can now interact with your computer like you would on your smartphone or tablet. So when you want an app to open, you just touch it. And then within a matter of moments, you could be jumping in. You could be looking at your photos here. You could be pinching and zooming into all the details and really interacting with your computer like you would if you already have a smartphone or tablet. This computer is going to be so intuitive to use. You can jump through programs with the greatest of ease. It's very easy to do. You just touch the screen. But if you don't want to, you've got the trackpad here, so you can use it like a traditional mouse and little clicks right here. And then you have Bluetooth. I have right now, I'm using a wireless mouse, so you can use that as well. So you have options, which is one of the things that I love most about this computer. You have so much. This computer can be so many different things for so many different people.
Alex, before we dive in a little bit further and see some more features, I want to run through the different software that you're actually bringing home with this as well. If we have a graphic that we could bring up to show that, that'd be wonderful, and it can also show you the value because you are getting a really nice value here of software and services. That's $515. You don't have to pay for that. That's coming included in the price today. E236612 is the item number. Alex, you know, there's some pretty cool technology in here. Pandora is something that I use often. Hotspot sounds really nice. I would imagine that's like an internet on the go situation. Loopster Movie Producer looks really fun. So have some fun with all of these different software and services that are coming with this. Let's talk real quickly, Alex, about whether or not we want to pick this up with Microsoft Office or without. And keep in mind, you do have the silver or the gold option. I'm holding the silver today, and the blue is officially available on waitlist. Either way you slice it, you are bringing this home with the free shipping and handling, which will save you about $19 and change. And you're also bringing this home with a savings in general. Plus, you have an option of keeping this on a 12-month special finance when shopping with your Q card, which brings your payment down to either $58 if you're going without Word, or $62 if you're going without, Office, not Word. E236612 is the item number. How do we choose today if we're picking this up with or without Microsoft Office?
That's a fantastic question. So if you're going to be using this computer for school or for work, Without question, you need Microsoft 365. So Microsoft 365 was formerly known as Office, and I'm going to actually share with you all the programs that you get with it. So you get the programs that you already are probably already very familiar with, such as Word, PowerPoint, Excel, OneNote. Let me just bring up my little video here so you can see that. OneDrive, you get a terabyte of storage in the cloud with OneDrive. So this is really the way that you can be productive. So you can do everything from mailing labels to greeting cards to create all sorts of different spreadsheets or presentations. If you want a great program to keep track of your email and your calendar, Outlook is really the gold standard for that. And then you also get 60 minutes each and every month of Skype where you can call landlines and cell phones. So Microsoft 365 is such a great suite of programs and services that I highly recommend it. Even if you don't think you're going to use it, chances are you are, because if someone sends you, let's say, for example, a Word document, well, you're not going to be able to open it and you certainly can't edit it. But think about all the great things that you can do when you have Microsoft 365. So I truly say it's worth it. And OneDrive, the ability to back up your files and documents in the cloud for that peace of mind, you get a whole terabyte worth. That, in my opinion, is worth getting Microsoft 365 alone.
You know, I actually made the mistake one time of getting a computer without it, and it was lack of understanding, it was lack of education. I just thought that all computers had it. It was one of my biggest mistakes. I had to go buy it separately. It was quite expensive, and I will tell
Right.
you, it was totally worth it though, because then I could use my computer exactly how I wanted to use my computer. The touch screen to me is really wonderful, Alex, because this is how we're using our cell phones these days. So it's a little bit more intuitive for us to just use that touch screen capability. But if you say, I don't want to touch my screen, you have that mouse keyboard down here, and you also could use an external mouse as well. Before we dive into any more features, Alex, I'd love to just go through the special financing options here. If you're looking at your screen, you're seeing a lot of different numbers there. So let me break it down for you. The lower price one is without Microsoft Office, and the $749 one is with Microsoft Office. Now, your if sold separately price, because remember you are taking it home with all of that extra software, is well over $1,000. So right here you're saving, you know, $250, $300 off the price of the computer with all of that software, plus you have the 5 easy payments. But if you're thinking today that you'd like to take those 5 easy payments and bump them up to 12 monthly payments, making your payment closer to around, let me take a look here, I wrote it down, $58 or $62, then you'll shop with your Q card today, which you can sign up for on QVC.com if you don't have one. This will be no interest if paid in full within those 12 months. And that does break down that payment to a little bit more of a, I would say, I like to call it like a softer investment, a little bit more palatable. E236612 is the item number. So Alex, I would just ask you, if somebody's kind of like in the market, or maybe you don't even know you're in the market for a new computer. A, how do you know you're in the market for a new computer, or you need to be? Like, what frustrations are you having with your current setup? And is this the right computer for me?
So that's a fantastic question. So if you turn your computer on and it takes forever to load, chances are that it is time for a new computer. If you need a computer to be able to stream your favorite shows because it's no longer working, maybe you have buffer and you're watching your favorite shows and you're streaming and all of a sudden the words don't match up to the video, it could be time for a new computer. One thing that we haven't actually talked about is the fact that this has Wi-Fi 6, which is the latest and greatest in terms of Wi-Fi. It's the Wi-Fi hardware that's built in. So what Wi-Fi 6 does is, think about this way. Think about all of the devices that you have in your household. Well, everyone is kind of fighting for that bandwidth, for that speed. Well, with Wi-Fi 6, it's like opening up additional lanes or different additional channels of internet. So now more cars can get on the highway, more devices can get on, which means you have a smoother internet experience. It's actually more secure because it's advanced technology. And you have the peace of mind of knowing that you have the latest and greatest in terms of Wi-Fi and speed. So think about this. You've got the latest Wi-Fi on board with Wi-Fi 6. You have the latest Intel Core i3 processor, which is very powerful, right? You've got the solid state drive, which is up to 15 times faster than the traditional hard drive. So this is truly a computer that is fast, a computer that you can do so much with, and a computer that you buy now knowing that you can have this computer for many years